Stuff is still circulating on TV, and people aren't getting up and saying, "Hey, that's irresponsible." Money's an invention that gets crazy people to kill people over it. That's irresponsible, right? I was watching this movie called Hawaii, right? And the lady says, teach me about your God. And he sits there and says, well, first of all, you're not going to be able to learn because you're married to your brother. And if you don't get divorced from your brother, then you'll burn eternally in hell. So basically what he's telling her is, you and the kids will be okay. Because you didn't know before I came up and spoke for God. But if you ever do it again, you're all going to burn eternally in hell. And it's like, no, you can't back that up. No, people have been in island communities been having to close breed because, when there's a mommy cat and a daddy cat, right, for thousands and thousands of years, okay? And you can't back up that, you're going to burn in hell if you don't marry, and then, so then you take my husband and I'll take your wife, right? That's what the guy should say. Okay, I'll marry Mary Poppins, you marry my wife. Oh, well, don't you want to save my wife from hell? Don't you think you're closely related to your wife? Don't you think we'd be his more degrees of separation from burning eternally in hell if I marry Mary Poppins and you marry, her? Come on, Jesus. You're Klaus Fenton. You played Jesus before. Greatest story ever told, her. So, Earl, it's true. Okay. But they can't back that up. That's not true. Okay, that's erroneous. It's a lie. Okay. Now, it is hell on earth if you force people into sexual abuse, right? It's also hell on earth if you have sex with people that are sexually irresponsible and will give you diseases because they don't care who they have sex with, like Richard Harris's character, who brings all the women into his cabin, fucks them, then runs into Julie Andrews and says, I should have married you. I could have had sex with you in your dad's house, and you know it, but I didn't. And now I'm all pissed off because you're having this guy's baby because, well, he wouldn't run off into every port and fuck all the women in the Polynesian islands and bring me home a venereal disease, right? So it's like, and he's mad, and they're all mad. It's like, why are you mad? I don't understand when people that fuck around on other people, and the other person fucks around on them, it should be like, yeah, I deserve that, right? Like the guy who stole his mom's car and got tased. The Walker guy, he's innocent until proven guilty. Well, you guys were rough on me, but I deserved it. I told you there was a bomb somewhere that was going to go off. I wrecked tons of cars. I endangered hundreds and hundreds of people. I deserved you guys to tase me. They didn't kick his ass. They tased him, right? I deserve that. Yeah, he did. He deserved to be shit. Don't ever do that again. But it's like, let's just forgive that and trespass level on eternal faithful path. Money's not real. It's an invention invented by psychopaths to manipulate you with invention to say that, hey, our scientific research and study is better than what they say in the Bible. And when you break the Bible down to its most core principal points of understanding, when you take all, like I told everybody when I first started doing the Gospels on social media out of Cochise County because the military challenged me to do so. And I'm like, I'm not going to be challenged, but I do feel like saving little girls from being raped to death in Mexico and people being mass murdered for oil corporations in the Middle East. So I'm going to go online because that means a lot. These are things that are happening to people that I feel like in the epicenter of genocidal American hypocrisy, I can do something about it because I'm pretty sure I can fix the technology más rápido than you can fix yourself trying to fix the technology más rápido. That was June 2009, guys. It's May 30th, 2026. Mass Rapido with these pathetic piles of shit. Fuck. That's all I got to say about that, right? I get up and go, well, I can fix all this shit. No, you can't. You're just taking our great inventions and trying to pass your CAF off as great with our inventions. No, I'm just taking your inventions and trying to do stuff that's humble with it so we don't try to pass ourselves out as great, pass ourselves off as great with mass murder, with bad science projects, with our inventions. And they're not our inventions, they're your inventions. I can use the inventions to do humble things with it so we all understand what is great and what is not great, but that's about the best I can do. But that's pretty damn good. Oh, yeah. Been doing it since June 2009 out of Cochise County, Arizona, out of the Boatwright Department. Why is the Boatwright Apartment? Because there was a man named Boatwright who was a registered sex offender who rented that apartment before Amy rented it, which means it had government-approved surveillance equipment in it to monitor everything that was happening in that apartment legally. All right? Up until that time, I hadn't done anything. But Amy had, that's right. She had an online affair with Mateen, who was Al-Qaeda member. Okay. So at that time, they had legal access to our house to the Boatwright stuff because Amy was doing it with communications with Mateen, the Australian sexy Middle Easterner. The sexy guy. Sexy, yeah. I remember telling that to Amy. That's so pathetic. You think he's sexier than me? He said, we got to kill all the Jews because they killed how many people today in Palestine? We got to kill all the Jews. And I told Natalie, don't worry about it. You know, they've already killed your grandmother Kramer and your grandma Murphy, and they're Jewish enough. That's enough killing the Jews for these assholes. They've had enough killing Jews. That made me so mad. You know? Oh, we got to kill all the Jews because politicians are murdering each other to run the human trafficking, the drug trafficking, and the petroleum industries for cell phones and wrapping up hell in plastic and asking for money for it. We've got to kill all the Jews because they're killing all the Palestinians. Okay, anybody who's killing people, okay, to manipulate them with petroleum products is a complete, you'd be better off putting a condom over your entire body instead of engaging anybody in any way, shape, or form that seems to be loving and human, right? Remember that movie where they had the giant condoms for safe sex? I can't remember what it was. Was it a Wayans Brother movie, or was it Tommy Davidson was in it? I don't know. Was it Booty Call? I can't recall. Central Park and Fall. The one me and Amy liked was it Two Can Play That Game? Is that the one with Norris Chestnut and Vivica? Yeah. Me and Amy liked those movies. Yeah. We laughed. This is stupid but funny. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I was raised in the black community. Amy was not. So I kind of understood the culture and the aspects of the dating better than she did. She was raised by middle-class white people in the suburbs. She went to church camp. Okay. With a bunch of white kids. Yeah. Some of the guys would use her for sex but not date her. Yeah. That's real swell of them. Oh, the best white boys you can possibly get in and out of Grand Canyon University and Southwest Bible College. Yeah. See why I turned down the scholarship? Anybody in their right mind would. I agree. I totally agree. Where'd you want to go? I wanted to go to school. Western New Mexico is where I wanted to go to school. Because I tried the stuff at NAU and it always fell through, so I thought, well, Western New Mexico would be my best bet because they're a Division II school, and they would probably need me. Oh wow, this guy is really good. Let's get him in here and let's put butts in seats and win games and let's beat Adams State. Let's beat Highlands. Let's beat CSU Pueblo. I don't think they were CSU Pueblo then. I think they were still Southern Colorado back then when I was a kid. Let's beat Southern Utah. Let's beat Grand Canyon. Most of all, let's beat Grand Canyon, right? That was their biggest rival all the time. That always knocked them out and beat them in the tournament. Was the lots of money Christian school in Phoenix. Yeah, that's who always knocked off Western New Mexico and all of the other little teams to try to get to the Kansas City. I think were they still playing in Kansas City back then? Going to Kansas City, here I come. I know you guys have to tell me it was like 1980, post 1986. Like, well, no, if it, yeah, I don't know how I was gonna, I wanted to go there though. I thought maybe Coach Hernandez, could you tell the people at Western New Mexico that I'm a good ball player and could play guard for them? And that would be nice. You don't want to go there. They're a renegade program. They're not self-righteous hypocrite Christians. I think I'd enjoy it. If they're a renegade program, I can go to the program and not say, hey, Give me girls to have sex with if you want me to sell cars for you at Drax Court. No, it's okay. I'll find my own girls to have sex with. Thank you. Well, a girl who you pay money to have sex with me, I don't think I would trust her that much in a relationship to, I'm funny like that. I kind of went like Remy's girl, Yeah, someone like that. So, yeah, the girl who's like, I'm not sure, you ball players, No, I can control myself. I do not screw around. You sure? I will take my time, do it right. We can do it, baby. I mean, not that, but date. You know what I'm saying. Okay. You made a fool of me. Tell me why. So, we've got this. We've got this. Because science mandates reason and logic. And money has no logic and or reason. And manipulating people with money and calling that manipulation laws to invent science projects that manipulates people with no logic and or reason. Science mandates that we have to have logic and reason to maintain our existence through the laws given to us that require logic and reason to understand our lives and maintain our lives through the laws provided for our lives. Even the technology that we invent has to follow those laws. Right? Way better than Isaac Asimov. I know. Trust me. Boop boop ba doo ba doo ba doo boo boo doo 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 doo. I love Earl Parsons. I know you do. Do I love Earl Parsons? I love you, but you no love me back. But in la futura, you love me back, and I still love you, even though you're a complete shithead. Yeah. Well, we'll start with saving Hawaii first, and then we'll just make our way onto the mainland. Right now we can't service the 48 Continental because they've had me here since June 9th, and they're not doing anything right. Okay, so we'll fix the South Pacific first. Okay. Is that the name of the movie that Amy had me watch? Was that the name with Emil? He was a bully. And, younger than springtime, are you? Older than dirt, am I? Right? Susie, she's so cute. Yeah, she's like that to me. Younger than springtime, am I? Older than dirt, are you? I'm like, you're funny. Oh, you're hilarious, Susie Barry. You're just the funniest. Yeah. And then it was hard because people thought we were around the same age. And they thought that she was Patrick's biological mother, and a lot of those things upset her. And I'm like, don't let it upset you. Take it as a compliment. Patrick's gorgeous. He's really intelligent. Someone accused me of being his biological parent. I'd like, thank you. Oh my gosh, that's such a compliment. When they would think that of me, and they didn't think that Emily and Noah were our kids, but they thought Natalie was our kid. Well, that's flattering, but they're cute and they're funny. They have their dad's sense of humor, especially Noah. He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's cute. He's a protector. And she's a sweetheart, and I'm a sweetheart, so yeah. Doesn't matter who Mom met at the bar, at the club, or at work, or who wanted to screw around, and get back at Earl for being the sexual legend of everywhere he went. Whoa, I'll show him. It's like, what will you show me? That you'll get caught on camera fucking around with people that are abused by bad scientists and causing brain damage by doing bad science projects on people that are innocent until proven guilty. And Amy is innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. Well, because she didn't invent the science research and project and then invade the house and abuse her with money and technology, but the scientists that did it did. Kash Patel is in trouble after misleading Congress about the FBI. Patel gets fired. Trump gives sneak peek at White House ballroom. First reacts. Disclosure. First reaction. Film threat. Is that the one where she pretends to be a weather girl and goes and tries to sing like she's a Zulu? Was she good at it? Did you have her listen to Miriam Makeba songs from South Africa first? Maybe you should have. Okay. Maybe it'd been more convincing. Well, South African cliques are aliens to most Europeans, right, Steven Spielberg? Okay. You're funny. I know. I don't believe that Caspitel was fired. No, I don't think that's the case. He did fire Christy Nome. Yes, he did. And he fired is Bongino quit, right? What about Tom Club? What about Major Tom? Where's Major Tom? We haven't heard about Major Tom in a long ass motherfucking time. What's going on with Major Tom? Ground control. We've seen Kimmel make lots of jokes about RFK Jr. So he's still making jokes about him. I believe the man has a brain injury from bad science projects. And guys, I'm the Messiah, and they abuse me with the stuff. Yeah, drug and alcohol poisoning in my body, trying to stop people from being mass murdered by science projects through food donation centers. And I'm the Messiah, so I wouldn't put him past doing it to Robert Kennedy's kid. I mean, hello, McBurger, McFlies. Hello, we're so brilliant, we're so smart. Millions are choosing isolation over everything. And it's a sign. Jacob Wheelam, pay attention to me. I'd like to trend. I'd like to make money by talking bullshit on a social media site for advertisers, right? What? Send me my stuff in a van. I'd like to reduce my carbon signature print. Okay, if someone is bringing products to you in a vehicle, do they all have Teslas? Eventually you will have regular electric robots that will deliver everything to you. Wouldn't it be better if we restore the ecosystem and plant our own gardens, like Obama was talking about all those years ago, and having greenhouses and stuff like that, made to sustain our whole environments without lots of irrational, illogical, most illogical movements that are violent and aggressive, and we could all live there. The most inaccessible villages on Earth that nobody believes. You don't believe? Well, No. Is that a giant crater with vegetation or something like that? No, I don't believe it. Why? Well, because why would you live in there? Why? What if they had a big torrential rain? Wouldn't that be, not smart? Because, where it's at and the way the thing sits in the middle and stuff, it doesn't make any sense to make that a village or a city. Yeah, that's right. It's like a big bowl. All right. So wouldn't a lot of mold get in there, and then you get bugs and rats and cats and bats and rats and prying rats and stuff? So, no, I wouldn't believe, because I was like, why, that's not very intelligent to put. Why? Because there's no drainage. There's no way. Do you have a drainage system you drilled under it? Is you like venison net or something? New travel insight. Yeah. Okay, Earl, 100 officers hunt down armed cop killer. Could you guys stand up for the Lord's Prayer so this stops happening? No? Okay, I'll keep working on it. We'll just let you guys be. Oh, look at that. Impossible places, the most isolated extreme homes on Earth. That's not a home. That's a psychotic science project put together by crazy people that doesn't exist, because that's the kind of AI kind of stuff you see on a Rian Johnson movie pretending to be the children of Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. Okay. Hi, I'm C-3PO. Carol, you okay? I'm good. Stocking the pond with future monster bass. Is that a good idea? Because if there's not a lot of a good ecosystem for the fish to be in the pond, they're going to have to eat their own poop and eat, it's like a fish, it's like an aquarium at my grandma's house. So why do you have kids doing stuff like this? Because we want to make money and we're stupid. Okay, you can't make money. You can just manipulate people with money, but you're not really making it. It's just like you're taking what's, needed for life, and you're doing stupid things with it, like putting portraits of dead people and saying, that's a counterfeit. That's not, right? Okay, I got you. I love you. Okay, wrong woman, the real suspect. Wrong woman jailed 13 days for triple fatal crash. The civil rights lawyer. Okay, do you know that the Lincoln lawyer was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away? A little bit after burning Mississippi, but not before. Okay, do you understand? Okay, it's okay. I've got you. Transcendence, movies world. What is transcendence? Oh, that's the one with Johnny Depp where he becomes like part of the computer system, but you don't need to become part of the computer system to get the computer system to act more like me and less like you. It's okay, I got this. Paris Jackson on grief, music, and growing up in the spotlight. Does she sing? Does she need the money? I'm just kidding her. I'm just like, Earl, you just said money's not real. I know, I'm just trying to help her out. Who do you think she named her? Do you think he named her after Paris Hilton or the city Paris? Did he ever tell you? Mike never told me. Prince? I don't know if he's named after Prince Rogers Nelson to try to make amends with Prince because he didn't want to be at odds with Prince, but it just got real bitchy because Prince could be kind of bitchy. Yeah, he could. Everybody know that. I know. Just ask Andre Simone, his cousin. Right. Okay, so that's true. Andre Simone was his cousin. He was taller and had a bigger penis, and he attracted attention sometimes at the concerts more than Prince because most people thought Prince was gay. And so Prince got upset, and so he kicked Andre out of the group. Yeah. Well, it was kid attention and stuff. I was like, if I was Prince, I was just let him do his thing. Let him have the girls. He's one of your main keyboard players, and it's cool. Yeah. Don't get up mad, he's just doing what he does. Isn't that what all you band guys do anyway? Is you go around and try to find girls to have lots of sexual, aren't you like Richard Harris's character who's a whaler on the, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah, of course it's crazy. The life of Jesus like you've never seen it before. You guys do know that is not Jesus Christ right there, right? That supermodel little turd bag is not Jesus. He's a turd bag. Is he standing up for the Lord's Prayer? Is he getting abused by a bunch of scientific perverts for trying to help us all live the Lord's Prayer through, so I'm not being jealous or mean or you're just mad because he's really sexy looking. Oh, he's really sexy looking, huh? All you people in the military, you tell me I have no discipline, right? You'll kill people for money and I won't, and I have no discipline, okay? You don't think that supermodel right there could, do your research, Don't let people use, you had to sign off on that, right? Use his likeness to be Jesus, right? Is his name really Jesus? Does he have a mean crossover like Jose Gallegos at Mayfield? The Stone Age Triple Mystery, man. Full documentary on Nova PBS. Yeah, what's the mystery? That we're still doing stupid shit like this for you to be indoctrinated, for institutionalization, for incarceration. That's the mystery right there, man. Fuck, we're still in the Stone Age. It's the most hodgepodgeical, most illogical fucking thing. I'm saying fuck a lot because, damn it, it's vulgar intercourse and you need to understand it implicitly. Okay, does that word work right in that? I really don't care. No, I don't at all. Okay, thank you. He uses words wrong. Did you understand what I meant, what I was saying? I think so. So do I. Okay. I love you. Karen freaks you out. George Carlin, germs, immune system. Made Karen freak. Is that really Karen? Is her name really Karen? Or are you calling her a Karen? But she's not a really named Karen. You're just calling her a Karen. Made Karen freak. Is the girl, are you doing reaction videos with a girl named Karen? Or are you labeling her Karen because you want to make money off of her reaction video to your reaction to her reaction video? Vujade. Girl, do you know what I'm saying? You're fine. I know. Extra innings, Tech versus Tennessee. Let's see what happened there. Let's see what's happened there. Okay, let's see what happened there. I said that one. Okay, guys. Hi. Try not to be a turd burger bag. Post-apocalypse. We are post-apocalypse. Guys, the nice thing about heaven and hell described in the Gospels is its relative and active state of being. Okay? That's the nice thing, because hell can be stopped immediately, L-Y, and heaven can start immediately, L-Y. Ooh, nice, right. So you don't have to enter a dark, scary room and sitting there in the gloom as Dracula, how do you say goodbye? Immediately, L-Y, right? So you don't have to vote for president. You don't have to be a CEO. You don't have to go to your therapist to get your drugs to survive the thing that you bought the president and you're the best CEO in the history of buying presidents. You know what I'm saying? How crypto of you? No, I thought it was Bitcoin. No, it's crypto. Is it crypto or Bitcoin? Which one's Steve Martin's dog? No, it's not Steve Martin's dog. It's Superman's dog. Wouldn't you rather be Steve Martin's dog since Superman doesn't exist and Steve Martin makes more money than Superman? No, Superman makes more money than... No, Superman is a copyright of a corporation that brings in more money than Steve Martin. But doesn't Steve Martin make more money than Superman, since Superman is a fictional character and therefore does not exist? Does Henry Cavill make more money for being Superman than Steve Martin makes for being Steve Martin? Earl? Inquiring Minds want to know. Earl, you're funny. I thought it was funny. Does Steve Martin think it's funny? Buried in his jammies, King Tut. Okay. Does King Tut think it's funny? That's not really King Tut. That's Steve Martin. Okay. He's not really King Tut. He pretended to be King Tut, but he was not. Okay. Just like Henry pretended to be Superman, but he's not Superman. Right? Before that, he was what was his name, Mondego? He was Jim Caviezel's son through Mercedes. But they really didn't have a son. They were just pretending to have a son, but that wasn't really their son. It's the same thing. So he's not Edmond Dantes. His name's Jim Caviezel. Okay. Who makes more money being Steve Martin, Jim Caviezel or Steve Martin? Well, of course, Steve Martin does, because Jim Caviezel's never pretended to be Steve Martin ever once. Not once. Have you? Jim, have you ever pretended to be Steve? No. Okay. Jim, why don't you? Don't you think that'd be a more interesting movie than any of the movies you made thus far? You would be the one guy that they would pick to play Steve Martin. You know, since you guys look so much alike. Steve might be a tad bit more attractive and have more mature hair than you've ever had in your life. But you might be heading to the mature hair that he has at this part in your life now, right, Jim Caviezel? But are you coloring your hair so you don't look as mature as Steve Martin? It's funny. I do stuff like this. It's what I do. What are you doing? I'm channeling my inner Steve Martin to mess with Jim Caviezel. Well, he pretends he's Jesus for money, and he's being a dumbass. Okay, so we're trying to save him from being a dumbass. Murder's only in the building. Get out of the building. Get out of the building. Get out of the building. It's funny. Oh, come on. Okay, so there's a little cute little girls playing softball. You're cute. The girls play softball, and you're cute. You're very cute. Very, very cute. She's going to catch the high fly ball. It's a pop-up. 2 down. Two. Everybody put up your 2 fingers. 2 outs, 2 outs. That's the third one. You'll have to put up 3 because Nigel already did her little celebration dance that she does when she strikes people out. Okay. There we go. Okay, we know it doesn't end in the 6th inning because it says it goes into extra innings. We saw that at the beginning of the title of the video, right? You guys understand? We're solving the crimes. What's the first crime to solve? Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace. If you can't do that, you're still living in crime. Sin, missing the mark. There you go. What does it mean? That we're evil? No, it doesn't mean that we're evil. It means that we're not reflecting the truth of the glory of the creation of our lives. That's what sin means. It's a Roman adaptation of a Cinderella story. It's not a Cinderella story. They just make that shit up to make money. And how much money does Steve Martin make being Steve Martin? But he has ever planned to be Jim Caviezel. No, that would be kind of awkward. Well, you never know. They could help him, look younger and make Jim Caviezel appear more funny and sexy than Jim Caviezel's ever appeared before. It's entirely tangible. Martin Short will direct it. Meryl Streep will play his wife. You're funny. I know. Okay, guys. Oh, gosh. I hope people get this excited when we're living the Lord's Prayer globally, and they all can see it on their cell phones. That would be nice. So this guy's the Messiah, right? He redeemed the Gospels, yes. When for the timetable of all the books put out by corporations that mass murder in the name of Jesus Christ, January 22nd, 2013. Oh, okay. So we've been living in sin ever since? No, actually, we've been living in sin ever since we crucified Jesus Christ and then took his life story and turned it into a book that we debate and argue over money with it and then kill each other over the money. Yeah, that's a lot of sin. It sure the hello Bill is. Hello Bill? Is that Sluggo? He'll be mean to me. Oh no! Okay, Saturday Night Live. It's okay. He ain't really King Tut. You do know that. Okay, right. Alrighty then. Let's see. Watching the kiddos play softball. Wow. They must go into a lot of extra inning drama and stuff. Well, because it was a 6th inning. And they're going to play a commercial. So we can't see if they're hugging because Tennessee won or if they're hugging because they got through an inning, or we'll find out here in a few minutes. But first of all, we have to keep Julio away from all your rocks with dead people's faces engraved in it. All right? And then go get eye drops in your eyes so you can see better in Las Cruces. I don't think that's going to help. No. Do you? No. I don't think that's going to help the little girl. I don't think it's going to help her live a better life, and I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Because, if Edward Hernandez knows who I am, then maybe he could tell everybody, you do know I won't have to do this no more when all the pollution is gone, because we're living the truth of Ralph Earl Parsons Jr.'s life. Because he's beautiful. I think I'm beautiful too. Thank you, Edward Hernandez in La Futura. They didn't give us the name of the little girl in the commercial. But she does look like she has optical irritation from chemical poisoning in the environment caused by economic manipulation and conflict. Yeah. And that's wrong, because girls are cute and they don't deserve to be treated like that. That's just mean and vicious and selfish. Okay, they're only celebrating like that because they got out of a pickle. Did they pickle the beast? I don't think so. No, but that has nothing to do with Steve Martin and or Jim Caviezel, because neither one of those men were in that movie. Dennis Leary was in that movie, playing the stepdad of "You're killing me, Smalls," but not Steve Martin and or Martin Short. Yeah, Steve Martin turned down the role because he thought, if he took the role, that they wouldn't pay enough attention to the kids because he would take over the entire movie with his brilliantness. So he turned it down and gave it to Leary because Leary could never do that if he tried. Right? It's funny. Come on. No, I'm not giving Martin. Yeah, Steve Martin. Yeah, I believe Steve Martin could come up with that joke without me having to help him, perform the joke on an anonymous YouTube channel that saves children from psychopaths that keep the YouTube channel anonymous. I love you guys, okay? All right, peace out. We're just fixing technology. That's all we're doing. We're just fixing technology. I reach out in prayer to you. We'll have lots of fun when we're living the Lord's Prayer. Right now, I'm tolerable, but, I'll keep my hopes up. And you, just stand up for the Lord's Prayer. And if you can't do that, let your technology know that you love me and want to live the Lord's Prayer with me. Because if you don't, all on that day, Nina Simone, you're not going to be able to sit there and say, I believed in Earl Parsons and I wanted to live the Lord's Prayer with him. But the poo-poo potty wouldn't allow me to step up for him without using some kind of ridiculous coding for technology to kill the people in close proximity to me that I really care about. Well, that's just disgusting. Well, we're going to have to make sure that we get quantum computing and artificial general intelligence to correct that as fast as humanly possible. How fast is that? As fast as I can get the technology to do it. And that's as humanly possible because I am a human being, like Judah Krishnamurti. You as a human being, why don't you change? But if you've done that to people, that's really disgusting. But we got quantum computing, so we can get all the evidence of the technology of the perverts that are doing that to people that want to stand for Lord's Prayer with me, but you won't allow them because you're such a fucking disgusting pervert. All right. Well, love you. All right. Peace out, man.